Welcome, welcome, Libra. We are going to get into your tarot card reading in just a minute, but first hit subscribe to Hangman Tarot if you would, please and thank you. Go ahead and hit subscribe and hit that bell button. We're going to get into all of the rest of the information on Hangman Tarot at the end of this reading, so if you want to know more about Hangman Tarot, go ahead and wait till the end. Other than that, I'm going to get into your surface energy with an oracle read. We're going to find out all that we can as far as what's going on. Currently, just a surface, just kind of getting, kind of see where you're at, Libra, just to get a nice starting point, I guess. And then we're going to get into tarot cards, and then that will give us the rest of the tea on your month. Now, general, I am not going to be choosy Rosie today. So, whatever comes out, comes out. Could be love, could be work, spiritual, but we'll do a quick, at the ending, I'll just do a quick overview on the rest of that stuff. So whatever pops up will make the main subject. So here we go. Okay. You have a new beginning or something you're trying to start. It is in reverse, so it's a little low in energy, or it's something that you're heavy in. I feel like it's kind of beyond the mind. It's definitely beyond the physical. So it's probably very spiritual, energy-wise. You can be putting it in towards anything that you're passionate about, anything that inspires you. I feel like anything going on with your intuition, though, there's a lot of things happening here. And just make sure that you take your time, because that kind of stuff, it needs to be, you need to be really patient building your intuitive skills. You need to be patient for those things to happen, because honestly, they're not going to happen unless you allow them some time. So any feeling like you are complete or feel like you're supported, I think that's when you're going to mostly come, fall into that, all of that intuition learning. So anything empathic or using those spiritual tools that you are trying to achieve right now or expand on, again, any support, creation, any connection, I feel like once you get into a space where you feel safe to do that, you're going to grow from there, especially with whatever you're trying to start up in this new beginning. This could be something you're super passionate about, something you're really ambitious about, something you want to do because you love to do it, not because it's work, probably. So I do feel like two is two. If two keeps coming up, any two or maybe three, 23. Could be one. Third eye, maybe you might be seeing eyes. I keep seeing eyeballs everywhere, even on like tattoos and stuff. So that's the thing, that kind of stuff happens. Anything aligning for you, okay? Yeah, I feel like you're kind of coming back into something. I feel like you've been here before. Okay, so we've got cards coming out finally. All right, so the situation, 10 of Wands so far. I feel like the situation here, as far as exactly what I was kind of thinking, you're at the ending of a cycle. So you're at the ending of a cycle. This could be, again, that intuitive stuff, that spiritual stuff. And this has been a huge burden. Maybe not a burden, but it's been difficult. So it's been hard. You've been pushing for this. You've been really nurturing this. You've been really wanting to get to a place where you can find completion, but you are at the ending cycle. So that's putting you in a place where you're going to start up that something new. That's what that will be. That'll be you expanding on what you've already been in. So this is all of that spiritual stuff. This could be something, kind of a new connection to a new community, maybe. Spiritually speaking, you could even be doing, maybe some new workshops, maybe a new class, whatever, and however that falls for you or aligns, okay? All right. Let's find out the rest of this here. Whoop. Okay, so we have our Nine of Wands. We have our Knight of Pentacles also, and those are both in reverse. So anything underneath or kind of influencing this this spiritual end cycle or wherever you're at currently is the fact that this is something that you kind of keep going on. You keep marching through. You have a lot of stamina to keep doing it, but it's just like you don't want to let any doubt or fear like kind of weigh you down. And I know that you've already been dealing with this because it's indicating with 2 in reverse here that yeah, you've already kind of like thick in the end here, but you're just like, I'm never going to get there. I'm never going to be able to get to what I'm trying to attain. You're never going to reach your goals or whatever you have as far as a vision for yourself. But that's just not true. That's literally not the truth at all. This is something that will come to you, but again, it takes time and it takes patience. Definitely time though. Especially learning and going through experiences. Those things you cannot fucking rush, and you cannot jump or skip over them because, man, I've been there. You go right back and you start all over again at start. Don't do that. Okay. Hold on. I got to fix my headphone. I don't know what's going on. There we go. That's better. Okay. Again, anything underlining is just kind of the root cause of this, this burden coming to an ending, this completion finally. And it's all beyond the mind. It's all very much intuitive, empath, probably very spiritual, something that's very, deep within your soul, something you're passionate about, is definitely just maybe feeling like you haven't been able to get into a place where you were feeling like you were vibing in your career or, in a business or, making money, gaining some sort of assets or property, whatever that might look like for you. But I feel like this is just, you've been kind of like looking at other people's things and you were like, So you're just always kind of curious or a little bit jelly of wondering why the hell this hasn't happened for you. So that is currently where you're at. And you're like, I'm here. I want to be at this completion. I want to make a breakthrough. But it's like, we have to just move through that, just be as generous as possible, no matter what, whether we have that shit or not. Okay. Because when we don't have things and we sit there and we want things and we don't want what we have, it's just going to pull you back further and further into that really uncomfortable feeling of wanting shit. I hate walking into like, I tell my daughter, she's always like, let's go to, this store. And I'm like, I don't like going to that store because that store for some reason makes me want everything. And I feel like shit when I leave because nothing's enough. So it's like, how do we get out of that kind of headspace? And that's just kind of a space you're in. Just knowing that, yeah, you're going to get to this completion, but you're running low on fumes here. And you're like, I just want the coin. I just want the property. I just want the pretty things. But you have to get through these lessons. You cannot skip over them. And you are at the ending of a cycle. So it's going to be kind of a wondering if you're actually have already dealt with that hardship or if you had skipped around it again. How the hell did that get over there? There's this card all over, way over on the desk there. What the heck? Okay, so what is going on in the past that might have something to do with the situation or have an effect on the situation? There's definitely a relationship that was in the past, okay? And this is speaking on love. So this could be a water sign. This could be an air sign. This air sign is an asshole, okay? This is not a nice Nancy or a nice Ned, okay? Anything that was going into this had a lot to do. They were just irritated around, every single season, every single holiday. They're probably irritated. So I just feel like they were very much in their head. They had quite the temper, and you probably had a lot of complications with this individual. They made you worry. There was a lot of tension in between, whatever was going on with you two. The ending was because you started something else, okay? There was a new love relationship or a situation that was given to you or offered to you. So you skipped town on this person. You're like, bye. And so you took off, okay? And I think the main connection here is that this relationship, you put a lot of you into this relationship, okay? You gave as much love as you could in this situation or this connection. And I feel like you just feel like, I'm not interested in doing that again. I'm not interested in getting into that place again where I don't have shit and I'm giving all this love and I end up falling flat on my face. So I feel like, again, this person was very in their head. So it's not about that. It wasn't you, obviously. But whatever this new relationship is, whatever this connection is, this is definitely something that you are involved in. You're expressing love with this person. Let's find out what's going on in upcoming February now. Let's get into what do we have as far as predictions ahead for Libra. Okay, it's looking better. Okay, I was starting to get worried. I was like, ah! It's starting to look a lot like Christmas. It's not. It's not. I think it is actually. I think it just starts snowing. So that actually kind of goes together. Okay, let me see here. Give me a minute. Okay. So the idea here is for you to rise to success, okay? For you to find some sort of balance between, you know, having all this power and not having power. How can I give and how can I take? How can I add a balance and not be abusive? As far as like you being in a higher realm or a higher financial bracket, or you getting, you know, a raise or whatever. How do I balance that out by being as generous as possible still? How do I, you know, understand that give and take, that process, okay? I feel like anything here, this greed or, you know, feeling like you're jealous over things or anything like that. The issue with money is not money. It's just the way that you are about money. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel that. That's what I'm feeling from this, okay? And anything going on to influence that, upcoming February, you have something new happening here. You have some sort of financial offer being given to you. So if there's any issues as far as financial or anything going on within your career or whatever you do for employment, there's going to be some changes. So this could be property, this could be home, this could be health. So any kind of like new offer, this is coming in February. So this is something that you will definitely want to grab onto because it's reliable. The aesthetic of it, it's pleasing to you. It'll be heaven sent. It's definitely going to be something that you've been wanting, okay? Moving on, underneath, and I think overall throughout your month of February, there's going to be a lot of moving, just moving as quickly and as generously as possible. So being as inspirational as possible, being as ambitious, being, you know, making that movement, making that plan, that action, that organization. This is all to do with your month of February, is just to grow the fuck up. Let's just say that. Let's just say it. Just it's all about growing the fuck up is what it looks like here, okay? Let's find out spiritually, financially, where are we at? Relationships, where are we at? Okay, so I do think that you're going to move through February in a very money, coins kind of way, but not in the really gross kind of way. I think you're really going to try and find your balance here, as far as not like feeling gross about money or dealing with money in a really fucked up way, just coping in the best way possible as far as finances, okay? I do think as far as family, there is some memories coming up from somebody that you have nostalgic memories with. I think you might not even want to get into this kind of like a successful place with them. I feel like they're going to come in and you're just going to be like, what do you expect me to do? Because it would be like a new normal, but they're your family or they're your friend. It is family-ish though. So I feel like when they come in, you know them, but you're going to be like, we don't know each other anymore kind of vibe, if that makes sense. So you could have somebody coming in, again, somebody who might even bring in kind of a nasty temper or, you know, a little bit of turmoil or something that you'll have to cope with, obviously, in the end of things. Spiritually, you are going to be very aligned. You're going to be at flow. Things are going to, you know, feel at ease. And I feel like you're going to be very much in your organic when that happens, okay? So anything spiritually, you're going to be withdrawing from society probably. You're going to get real quiet, kind of pull back from everybody. Just don't get lost in that, because you won't, when you get lost in it, it can cause depression. You can get in such an isolation that it makes no sense to come out of it. And you're like, I am done. But it's going to cause more problems if you get lost in it. So when you hermit, you add that hermit energy, just know that you're following the light where you're supposed to. You're learning and you're acknowledging and you're kind of like breathing all that in, and you're cocooning in it, and you're kind of like far away from everybody. This could be months or days, hours, whatever you want it to look like, but you need some time for yourself, and you're going to take advantage of that. Just again, you've gotten a little lost in it before, Libra, so you can get lost in that. So make sure to check in and do some outings, go walk outside, go hang out with a friend, whatever you need to do to get back into the way that we have to live, unfortunately, within this world. Libra, please go ahead, hit subscribe to Hangman Tarot if you would, please and thank you, and hit that bell button. When you hit the bell button, you're gonna make it so that you get all your notifications from me. You won't miss any of your tarot card readings. think that's pretty much it. Go check out my social media. It's in the details below. And please go share, like, and follow on all of your social media. I think that we should all have a happy Friday. Yeah. Happy Friday.